Hey guys, Kara's here, another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Henshin Belt Deluxe Mirai Driver set from Kamen. This is a premium Bandai set containing a base belt and optional parts to create the drivers for the 4 future riders or Mi-Riders that appeared in Kamen. So, let's get started. First off, we'll look at the core of the entire set, the Mirai Driver itself. As can be easily gleaned, this is a stripped-down version of the Ginga Driver that's also been modified. First off, instead of having all the different colors, this is now done completely in the base gunmetal plastic. On the front, you can see it has a lot of the same molded-on details, but there are also details that have been stripped away. The screen has been replaced with this solid piece, which has an indentation as well as 4 buttons, which will be activated by the different plates attached. The ride watch slots have been made so that you can no longer insert any ride watches, since you have these pieces that fill in where the micro switches would be, as well as both of these tabs extended. Plus the buttons, that would be the release switches, are now just buttons that are there but can't be pressed. Same with the one on top, meaning this can no longer be rotated. You still have the power switch on the bottom, and the back is essentially identical, even down to having belt written on the battery compartment in katakana. Also comes with some matching belt straps in the same color, though again these are the same as the ones that came with the Ginga Driver, just all done up in one color instead of having multiple colors. Also, the only thing you can really do is switch it on, which gives you the activation sound, which is the same one as the sound you get from inserting a ride watch onto the Ginga Driver. But that's all it can do on its own. So let's move on to the plates. First up, we have the Menkyo Kaiden plate, which is this purple faceplate with the silver shuriken starter attached to it, which can be spun freely, though it only locks into place at one point. We then attach it to the Mirai Driver to become the Shinoooobi Driver and initiate the transformation. So, after the standby sounds, you spin the shuriken starter. And there we have the transformation for Kamen Shinoooobi, the Ninja Rider from the year 2022. You can get a full look at him, or a more proper look at him, here on the box, where we can see his face, which matches up with the face seen on the Shinoooobi Mirai watch, as well as some of his suit. And he's also featured very prominently on this part of the front of the box. After activating the transformation, spinning the shuriken starter will give you one of 8 ninpo or ninja arts. First is Ninpo Kiriste, and as you can see, it doesn't always lock into place since it only locks in at one point. Yeah, I kind of have to get a little bit lucky in order for it to lock back into place once it stops spinning. Next is Strong Ninpo. Then Megaton Ninpo. Then Finish Ninpo. Then Victory Ninjutsu. Then Flame Ninpo. Then Sunshine Ninpo. and finally Seibai Ninpo. And to deactivate the transformation for each of them, you just have to pull it off of the driver, as there's no release button. Next we have the RB Vibration and Quiz Topper. So for the RB Vibration, we have this plate with an indentation to insert the Quiz Topper, as well as 4 question marks, 2 red and 2 blue on each side. Then we have the Quiz Topper, this question mark pendant. It is half red, half blue with 1 in the middle, and just slots in like that. So, for transformation, we'll attach this to the belt to turn into the Quiz Driver, and then insert the Quiz Topper. And then we have the transformation for Kamen Rider Quiz, the game show rider from the year 2040. And we can see him on the same side of the box as Shinoooobi, where, of course, his face matches the Mirai watch, and as I implied with that review, or kind of hinted at, I was hinted at with the WAS form, he's actually mainly half red and half blue, instead of really mainly orange. Now, there's nothing they can do while you have it like this, so in order to activate anything else, you have to remove the Quiz Topper, which will reinitiate the standby sounds. Then we have to bring in the Quiz Topper symbolic mode, which is now an exclamation point. Then insert that for the special attack. And that activates the final quiz flash. Now of note is that technically either one of these works for either one of the sounds, because they have the same indentation on the back, which just hits this switch here. So the inclusion of the Quiz Topper and symbolic mode is primarily for screen accuracy. Next we have the Screwder and Spannerder, which are a simple screwdriver and spanner or wrench. These two pieces are both pretty simple, painted in nice gold, and can join together for the transformation. So, link them up. Then attach this piece to the driver for the transformation into Kamen Rider Kikai, as well as to make the Kikai Driver. And then we have the transformation for Kamen Rider Kikai, the robotic rider from the year 2121. And get a look at his suit via this panel on the side of the box. We're going to see all the details right there. From there, we can press the joint piece on the belt for 3 different special attacks. First is Kikai de Hakai da. Second is Ultimetal Finish. And third is Full Metal The End. And of note is that similarly to the case with the two quiz toppers, attaching the spinner to the screwdriver doesn't change anything about the way this attaches to the Mirai Driver, but is there for the sake of show accuracy. And the last piece is the Ginga Driver part, which is this gold and silver faceplate, meant to look like a globe, that's rotated to have Japan facing forward. And that image is inside this clear plastic bubble. So for the transformation and to turn it into the Ginga Driver, we'll just attach it to the front like this. And there it turns into the Ginga Driver, and we have the transformation for Kamen Ginga, the galactic rider from somewhere in outer space. He's the one who is the most loosely counted among the Mirai Riders because we don't know if he's from the future, we don't know where he's from. Not much was revealed about this character. So, we then have a few sounds that play afterwards when you push down on the dome. So first we have the sound from his first appearance, as something interesting is that while the other riders did transform on screen, Ginga never did, so that transformation sound you just heard is actually toy exclusive. Then we have 3 special attacks. First we have Gigantic Ginga. Then Dynamite Sunshine. And finally, Strike the Planet 9, which is interesting because it seems to be referencing 9 planets of the solar system, even though with the Ginga Mirai Watch, it only, well, with the Wakusei form, it only referenced 8 planets and didn't really count Pluto anymore, so that's an interesting little bit there. And finally, I've brought in the Beyond Driver and Mirai watches, so we can compare the transformation sounds from the original Mirai Riders to their future time counterparts. So first up, Shinoooobi. Next, quiz. Then Kikai. And finally, Ginga. And for one last little bit, here is what Kamen and Ginga looks like, since he isn't shown anywhere on the Ginga Mirai watch or on the box for said Mirai watch. And there we go. Overall, the Mirai Driver is a set with quite a bit of fun to be had. While the 4 different belts that it makes don't have too many of their own sounds, that's balanced out by how this is a 4-in-1 belt, so they share that belt with 3 other riders, which is definitely the most practical thing to do, since it would be a lot more costly if they were to release a different belt for each of these different riders and release them at different points, both for the production and for the consumers. And while you can see, or you could hear rather, that Shinoooobi had certainly a lot more sounds than the other 3, that's also because he's the only one who got his own spin-off mini-series where he had the chance to use more attacks than he did in the show. So if the other 3 had something like that, they'd probably have more sounds. But it's also fun how each of them has a different method of transformation and of using the belt in general, which definitely does make them feel like they are 4 different belts, even if they use the same base. And this is something I'd certainly been anticipating since even before it was announced, when the first 3 of the Mirai showed up and they had their own transformation sounds that were put in the show, which generally felt like the kind of things that would be made into toys, and with how they all used that same kind of base to them, I could tell this is what they were planning for. And I'm glad it's turned out this way, because it turned out quite well. If you're a fan of these Mirai and you're looking for a unique self-contained belt experience, this is definitely something I'd try to go after. Next time I'll be reviewing the Ryusoul Set 04. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And for now, this is Kero50, riding off.